Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, cadets. I'm Carlo Lascunya, and I'm here now to discuss the animatism, animism, and the social organization of religion. So first, I will discuss is the animatism. So animatism is a system of beliefs in which natural forces rather than beings, gods, and spirits are the dominant power in the universe. This is a group of people or certain places that believes in animates, souls or animal spirit and natural phenomena. This is beliefs performed in a ritual and accent animism. Whatever happens in these surroundings, they believe that is it due to the animal spirits and phenomena. So they perform a ritual in which they reaching a certain words or phrases in front of dead plants or animals. So, example of animatism is a phenomena that they believe that natural power of phenomena like the storms, tidal wave is will of their god, which mostly the will of nature, deep breeze, rock, rainstorm as their god. So the second I will discuss is animism. So animism is the belief that spirits being inhabit the same world or as humans but on another plane of existence. So animism is come from the Latin word anima, which means breath, spirit, and life. This is a group of people or certain places that believes in animates, souls or animal spirit and natural phenomena. This is beliefs performed in a ritual and accent animism. Whatever happens in these surroundings, they believe that is it due to the animal spirits and phenomena. So they perform a ritual in which they reaching a certain words or phrases in front of dead plants or animals. So, example of animatism is a phenomena that they believe that natural power of phenomena like the storms, tidal wave is will of their god, which mostly the will of nature, deep breeze, rock, rainstorm as their god. Example of animism can be seen in the form of Shinto, Hinduism, Buddhism, Pantheism, Paganism, and Neopaganism. Shinto is an animist religion in Japan. They have Shinto, Shurin. I have a short video of what is animism. So let's watch.
Animism is a word that is often associated with Africa and is often called a religion, and even the world's oldest religion. This actually shows misunderstandings about what animism is. So let's look into it and see what animism actually is. Animism can still be found today throughout the whole world, from the jungles of South America and Africa to even modern cities like New York, but not necessarily in the way you might think. The word animism comes from the Latin anima, which means breath, spirit, or life. And simply put, animism is the belief that objects, places, and creatures can possess a distinct spiritual essence, and that potentially animism perceives all things, for instance animals, plants, rocks, rivers, weather systems, human handiwork, and perhaps even words, as animated and alive. Animism is occasionally called a religion, but one of the definitions of religion is a particular system of faith and worship. This means that animism itself is not really a religion as stated by Wikipedia, but rather a vague understanding that everything has a spirit or a spiritual essence, and it's more of a way to view the world rather than a doctrine. But religions can be animistic, and animistic faiths are some of the oldest religions and beliefs in the world, with anthropologists dating animism back to the Paleolithic age. An example of a faith with animistic roots is actually the Japanese Shinto folk religion. In fact, this concept of animism and animistic heritage sometimes still affects how Japanese people view objects, for instance cars. A famous story tells how in the 1970s, when American companies like Ford were trying to sell cars in Japan, that, well, despite their best efforts, they struggled to sell any. And when investigating why their cars weren't selling well, it was found that one reason was that their cars looked sad because of the way they were designed. And this shows how the animistic thought even translated itself into inanimate objects such as cars. Well, to summarise, animism comes from the Latin word for breath, which also is used to mean life or spirit. Animism is not necessarily a religion, but a component of various religions. And animistic religions are some of the oldest in the world.
And the last is social organizations of religion. The idea of religious missionaries can capture the public imagination and inspire change, even the social revolution. But in the long run, the relative influence of any religion depends of religious communities that are organized to promote religious ideals, and objective sociologists classify religious organization in four types. So the first is iglesia and denomination, sect, and cult. Example of social organization of religion is the Buddhist organization, Christian organization, which is Kita, and the Confucian organization, Indian organization, Islamic organization, Jewish organization, and pagan organization, and Shinto organization. So that's will be all, and thank you for listening and have a nice day.